I'm Peter Parsons, your town supervisor, with the spring 2015 update on the town as seen from the townhouse. First of all, the good news, it's spring, and the daffodils, at least on the road outside my house, are coming out. And I hope that and with luck, you're going to see them all round town. I'd like you to do me a favor at the same time. Anytime you're strolling along the road on which you live, take a bag with you and pick up the garbage at the side of the road. Inevitably, after a winter like this, stuff that was hidden by the snow is now appearing. So we've got plastic bags galore at the side of the road, wrappers, all kinds of stuff. Pick it up and let's make the town one we can be proud of. Now for some bad news. This winter, we spent $276,000 over our budget on removing ice and snow. That's 2.5% of your taxes which go to the town ended up being an over expenditure. Worse still, that was just for removing the ice and snow. What is left is a set of roads in bad condition. The town has borrowed $600,000 to help fix it. It's not really enough, but it's as much as it is prudent to borrow. I'm going to ask you through the summer to be patient and drive slowly on our roads, because everything is not going to get better in a hurry. Meanwhile, our highway department will work to do two things: put a Band-Aid on the worst roads, and at the same time continue as much as possible with the long-term plan for roads which we agreed in 2013. As usual in this town, a lot of the real achievements have been achieved by volunteers. First, the library. The library is reopening as a renovated, greatly improved space on the weekend of the 25th and the 26th of April. And there is a chock-a-block program for those 2 days which everybody can take part in. Now let's move on to the preserves. First, Leon Levy. We have our new car park. A lot of people are using it, and they're using the trails, including the new trails that we built last year, and the trails we will be building in the coming year. There will be a native plants almost exhibit at the side of the car park, which is being put in by the Lewisboro Land Trust this summer with the help of a very generous donor. At Onatru, thanks to an Eagle Scout, we have now a beautiful trail at the back of Onatru with benches, bridges, so you don't need to wade through the streams, and you can sit and contemplate nature on one of the benches which has been built. At Old Field Preserve in Onatru, a huge amount of work has been done to return it to its natural state, or to its normal state, as a meadow. That's been done by removing invasives and by returning it to what it was always intended to be. At the town park, there will be new trails built this summer to link up with Ward Pound Ridge, at the same time as the composting toilet, which was put in last year, will come into its own, I hope. In Wakabuck, the people of Wacabuck have got together to form a historic district which has been recognized by the state, and I'm confident will be recognized by the federal government sometime this summer. Next, let's move on to water. We take it for granted, but it's kind of important. There are projects underway at the moment for Lake Kitchewan and Lake Wacabuck, which will help purify the water going into those lakes. If you drive up Meade Street, you will see with the Wacabuck project in Long Pond Preserve. And if you drive down Lake Kitchewan Drive, you will see work in progress there to filter the water going into the lake. In both cases, we are trying to remove the bad stuff from the water before it goes in, and one of the major results of that will be that those lakes will not have as much vegetation growing on the bottom and helping to accelerate eutrophication of the lake. At the same time, New York City will benefit from reduced phosphorus in its water supply. Possibly even bigger than that, we are going to be using county funds, or I plan to use county funds, to buy a new vacuum truck for the town. That will make our work on cleaning drains and cleaning outflows way more efficient and enable our highway department to do it in less time and to a far higher standard. That will be a major step forward for every piece of water in this town and everybody who enjoys the water in this town. Recently, the town joined a plan to reduce the cost of your electricity in your home. The distribution of the electricity will remain with NYSEG. They own all the poles and the wires. But the actual source of the electricity will now be put out to bid. I am convinced that this is going to result in you having a smaller electric bill, and that's good. One of the town board's major preoccupations at the moment is with building the commercial base in town. We are, next Monday on the 20th of April, we are going to be considering an ordinance for bed and breakfasts via a public hearing. We believe that by bringing more people into town, that once they're in town, they will spend money in our restaurants, delis, in our bait and tackle stores. They will spend money which will help our commercial base. It is also, I hope, an aid to those homeowners who have got homes which are significantly larger than they need, who may feel that this is a way of generating some extra income for themselves. In addition, we have got several very large buildings in town who are facing a somewhat uncertain future. And so we, at the same time as we have a public hearing on the bed and breakfasts, we will be having a public hearing allowing hotels in the town. That would enable some of these large, magnificent structures to survive and to have a new and to be reincarnated with a new purpose in town, which I believe would benefit the whole town. I'm not talking about motels. I'm talking about places where people could come and spend the weekend and would, again, put money into the town. At the same time, we're also looking at allowing multifamily housing in commercial and retail areas. Our objective is to make those areas a little more like Katona or even Tarrytown. Both of those communities are doing very well in terms of real estate, far better than we are. And I would like, and the additional people in those centers could also generate business for our businesses in town. While we're at that kind of thing, I was at an event at Honor True Farm last weekend. I had forgotten what a magnificent place Honor True was to hold an event or a party. I know our town historian's children got married there. I would urge you to think about renting it if you've got a family event or a neighborhood event or anything which could fit there pleasantly, particularly during the summer months. Finally, enjoy this town. You're privileged to live here. It is a magnificent place. You can hike. You can play tennis. Remember, tennis is a wonderful sport. I still play, and I'm pretty old. And I play with my sons, who now all beat me, and my grandchildren. It is a sport you can go on playing. You can fish. You can play softball. Your children can get involved in sports and camps and a wide variety of things during the summer. Finally, there are a series of events in this town which I hope you will be a part of. The Memorial Day service at the townhouse on Memorial Day. We owe a huge debt to our veterans and our current armed forces. Let's show them the respect of turning out to that event. We have got the fireworks at Independence Day at Honor True. That, again, is a wonderful event where we all get to meet everybody we've somehow not met in the last year. We have got the South Salem Fire Department Carnival. Again, a lot of fun, particularly for the younger members of the community. And finally, in the fall, there is the Library Fair at Honor True. Unique, one of the largest events in Westchester. It is a great day to say goodbye to the summer. Thank you very much. Enjoy yourselves. Have a great summer.
You're watching Lewisboro Community Television, Channel 20.